What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today playing some more Idle Heroes. Today we are back on the Revival account, and I had a couple of thoughts running through my noggin. We have many things that we need to do over here, okay? And now that we've got our Aspen kind of upgraded, we got the treasure train rolling, got our lingering melody of the universe dumping on noobs, we have options, right? There's a couple of areas we can kind of push. We could push in the Tower of Oblivion, try to finish that up. We're at like 626. 24-ish stages left to go, and we can clear the Tower of Oblivion and then open Tower of Dream. It's an option, right? We've got Seal Land. We could poke around in there, see what we can do. We've already done Aspen up to Purgatory. Looks like we're pretty much stuck in Purgatory. That's tough. That's a tough area. But we also need to push the campaign. That's important, because that's going to unlock our Tree of Origins, which is obviously going to be pretty important later down the road. But we also have other things, right? I haven't done any of my Prophet Orbs, haven't done my Heroic Miracle, haven't even touched the event, really, which is not smart, but we will do it. We'll do it. I just don't want to do it today. And I don't want to do it today because we just did it yesterday on the other account, so I'll give it a day or so. And then we'll jump back over, knock all this stuff out, but I need to do it. I know it's not like a good profitable event, but as you can see, we're actually lower in the chapters here than my free-to-play account is, which is kind of funny, but it's because we haven't really focused on it, right? I've been kind of busy working with Aspen and Horus and not really worried about doing this stuff, but there is quite a bit of food to be snagged out of this, and we are stuck on orbs, so we might as well go ahead and do at least one completion. I'll probably just knock out two, because I think you need, like, for the final-ish chapters, 70-something, up in here, y'all gonna make me act a fool? Am I wrong? No, I'm right. Ha! Don't question me. 150 is the last amount of orbs you need, which is kind of weird. You'd think that'd be like a 160 for a double completion, but it is 150, so not quite there. Either way, if we go ahead and just do 160 orbs when we do them, this will be done. Won't have to worry about this ever again. Finito, finished, and we'll be more focused on doing like super wishing coins and tavern quest and all that jazz to finish this out. But like I said, there's a lot of food on the table here. There's some cores of transcendence and stuff like that available. So it would behoove me to put a little bit of effort into clearing this out and just kind of getting it done. But I think campaign's a little more important for a day. So that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna jump into campaign, see what we can do, and then hopefully the campaign will bring to light any potential weaknesses in the team, right? If I'm like, okay, I really need a crowd control hero because we're not making it even with Aspen, or you know what I really need? I just need a 10-star Ignis to energy feed Aspen to guarantee 2 actives, and then we're good. If that is the case, then that's what we'll do. Ooh, we've got a Terminator, bro. What's his name? Unimax. Why do I call him Terminator? He's like a Terminator ODO1. ODO1 that took steroids and is now enhanced. That is who that is. But, ooh, and pennies. We kind of decimated those pennies. I think we're going to be okay here. Did she just kill herself? I think she shot Aspen and died. She was like, you know what? That's my bad. I'll just take myself out. That went pretty fast. Can't lie, won't lie. Perhaps 3 times speed is too fast for the human eye to witness the death of our enemies. Maybe we should slow it down. Or maybe... Oh, I was getting... It's over here. Bop. 1x speed. Okay, so these guys actually managed to survive. We have Nakia, Cthulhu's, bleeds, mixed with someone who detonates bleeds. But this is what I'm saying right here. They got us down to Horus and just Aspen. And what I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking in my mind hole. If this lady was 10-star with an energy artifact, as long as she's not going to die before she attacks, Aspen's going to drop an active skill, immediately nuke a bunch of people. She is going to then cast her active skill, refill his energy 100%, and he gets another next round, he's doing it again. So something short of like a carry wave where they drain his energy, I feel like that would do a tremendous amount of work for us. I just don't know if we need crowd control right now. Of course, we'll see as we keep going. Once we can't like just one-shot nuke things, having like a Betty or somebody on hand to, you know, twine, there you go, that's the word, twine the people. You know what I'm saying? That would be probably pretty beneficial to us. So we got double Valk. We had, I think, 4 Oberons. Maybe there was a Valk over here in the corner. I don't know. The truth of the matter is they're dead, so it really doesn't matter. That was pretty easy. What do we get for beating there? Is it still just 5-star gear? I mean, I'll take it. I'm going to need that for some of those chapter quests anyway, so we'll just hold on to those for now. Let's see what this stage is doing. So far, no real issues. I can't really complain. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling real good. And bonk, there it is. So we've taken a little bit of damage here and there, but I haven't really seen Aspen get in a situation where I've been like, oh no, don't kill my big boy. So I think we're all right. I'm not sure what power you're supposed to have to beat the campaign. I'm not really sure about that. Those guys are supposed to be fairly nukey dudes. They seem to hit really hard. At least their skill description says so. Look at her. She's just going ham back there with all that block. Doesn't matter because she's dead. But yeah, Shia also seems kind of fun. I'm debating on the old Dant Monster account when I start like souping it up and trying to like bring it back to being somewhat relevant. Sticking with like old heroes on like 2019 onlys, like doing some Vesa, some Shia, and then transcending those heroes and just having that be like my team. Barton be doing a little bit of work here. Barton be doing a lot of work. Unfortunately, we didn't heal because we killed that bro, and that's a little bit irksome. He's just minigunning back there. That guy was going nuts. Who are you? They did a lot of damage. Hundreds of millions betwixt all of them. And this is where I'm starting to wonder if maybe just getting that double active skill cast would be enough to just kind of skate through these levels. And not even have to worry about, you know, oh, is he twined? Who cares? He's dead already. You don't need to twine dead people, right? Nature does that for you. Elvia can be annoying, depends on who she attacks. Hopefully she didn't pick on my Aspen. She didn't. She also didn't shrinkatize you, which is weird. I thought she was supposed to shrinkatize you. Is it Elvia or Olivia? Now I gotta look, because that's gonna bother my brain. Oop. You're a grass. You're this one. It's not Elvia. Why do I call it Elvia? I don't know, maybe it's the pointy ears? Olivia. Olivia? Olivia. We're going with Olivia, kind of like Stevia. They're both from plants, right? That's how I'm going to remember it. I already forgot it. But I thought she was supposed to shrinkatize people. Maybe we just got lucky and didn't get shrinkatized. She might have crowd control immunity or something built in. I don't know if a shrink is crowd control. It might be. Almond Ramens. These will be great. As long as they don't get an active skill cast, I don't think they're that scary. But they're going to get an active skill cast, and that's going to be a little bit annoying to me. Maybe? Yeah, we just full healed those bros, because that's just how we do things in the business. But we should be fine now. Yeah, we're good. A little sketchy for a second, but not too bad. We got him. We got him. Easy enough. This will be chapter, what, 58, I guess, duh. But it's like the 4th chapter of Apocalypse. We have like, I think, is there 12? I don't know. This looks like a Terra, bro. And Ada's. Ooh, we took out 2. But this could be interesting. We're fine. We're fine. No point in worrying. A little bit sketchier, for sure. But light heroes obviously are always going to hit Aspen a little bit harder than, you know, not light heroes do. Either way, that one wasn't too bad. Another Jara wave, huh? Is it going to repeat what we fought last time? No, this is Horus and Jara. I think the last time it was like a Corpse Demon and Jara was our first chapter 1. Either way, I feel like we're doing great. We could probably just put this in auto and just watch them roll. A smarter person probably would have just done that. I am not that person. Smart and me, we don't belong in the same room. Now, we could probably drop Heartwatcher, to be fair. I don't feel like she does a lot for the team. And we could throw like another Amun Ramen in. We could throw like a Drake in. We'll leave her for now. And we'll just kind of watch things roll. And if we see something that gets a little sketch, then we'll be worried. For now, I'm not uber worried. I'm a little worried. Just kidding. I'm fine. There's no way they're going to get through my entire back line and my front line with just these dudes. They never had a chance. Next wave. This is much faster. King Barton. He did a lot of work to us in the, what was it? Was it Barton and Cthulhu's? It was Barton and somebody. But he did some stuff. He did some serious stuff. So, he's doing it again. Those waves look hard. Okay? Oops. I did that. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. We can't really stop and look. But yeah, the King Barton waves are no joke. I'm not really sure the best way to counter that, short of just, like I said, just like a double energy cast and hoping we just kill all of them immediately. If it was. I haven't seen a lot of this chick. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, I don't feel too afraid. A little bit more scared of this one. Penny's always a little bit sketch. Yes. But I think we're fine. Even if Aspen kills himself, I think we'll be okay here. Good lord, that chick is just still attacking, huh? No, we're good. We're good. Oops. I can't stop and check. Wow, we killed like everything on this wave. I do kind of like this guy. Maybe it's just because he's like a little frog man. I don't know. He may not be that good, but he looks cool. And really, that's like half the battle. Really, if you look cool, you're going places. 3 Elvias, we already wiped out pretty much all the Valks. Will they shrinkatize me? They shrunk Aspen! Wrong person to shrink, nerds. And I got a mini Horus as well. They shrunk all my good dudes. Didn't really matter, but they did. They miniatized my best. These could be sketchy. Asmodel's kind of a scary hero. Maybe not right away when you kill a bunch of them, but those crit marks hit super duper hard, and there's like no way to block them. You can't like purge that mark off. It's just gonna hit you. Aspen and Drake, I don't feel like that's nearly as scary as Amun Ramen and Drake. Or Amun Ramen and Aspen. So I don't feel like this is gonna be too dangerous. Ada did die. We lost most of our team there. But to be fair, only 2 of our team is our team, right? The rest of these guys are just kind of there. Yes, do they have a role? Sure. Why do you not have an energy artifact on you? Ramen? That's the whole point of you being in the team, is to provide me a little bit of healage. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. We'll let it ride until we just one-shot all the Sigmunds. So that's going to make things a lot easier on us, because they're the scary ones, right? These guys, are they scary? I'm not as scared yet. Will I be someday? Almost for sure. Those guys did some serious chain gunning. The little cigar smoking bros. Yeah, look at that. Millions of damage. They ain't playing no games. Maybe I should be building me a cow with a machine gun. I don't think so. I don't think he's transcendable. I think he's just like a regular bro, so probably doesn't have like any kind of long-term prospects anyway, other than like a tenant maybe. See how much damage these starlights do. Ooh, they procced my Aspen there. I think that was mostly the Garuda. Dang it, didn't get a chance to check. It's fine. Oh, ticks. Hold up, we gotta slow this down. We gotta take a buttload of damage into the round here because of his little death curse, or no? Maybe not. I don't think we did. I don't think we took much damage from the Tixes. Aren't they supposed to do like damage on death? Go ahead and pop this into 2x. I don't feel like a Sigmund wave with flame strikes would be too dangerous. Yeah, he does more damage to burning enemies, but it won't matter. He's already dead. She's not going to hit too hard. She's petrified. She's not going to hit at all because she's dead. Not too bad. Not too bad. This one could be... Okay, I was going to say it was going to be tough, but we one-shot 4 of them. That's going to make it a little less difficult, I think. This King Barton doesn't play games, bro. The counterattack is serious. We still managed to sneak it out. Ignis somehow surviving all the way to the end there. Shocker. I know. Wow, we didn't do almost anyone dead this time. Everyone's still kind of up. This could be dangerous. Garudas are kind of scary. I can't lie to you. They do a lot of work. Got down to 3. We died. We died. We actually failed there. Okay, so. Is that just being unlucky and not killing anybody off rip? I don't know. But I will tell you, for sure, skis, Garuda is kind of a... Oops. Is it going right back into it? Let's not. What the heck? That's not who we were fighting. I think it glitches out because it's showing us back like a whole lot of stages ago. I believe this is actually the wave we were fighting. That should be a Garuda's active skill. We'll see if she gets to cast it. She didn't get to cast it, unfortunately. Little unlucky. Yeah, why did it put us way back there? I don't know why it does that. When you do your auto clear, if you lose, it like glitches you way back in time. Not sure why, because yeah, we were on 69. That was 68, right? When this chick dies, we'll see if that's a what you call it, a Valkyrie slash a Rogan. Is it Valks and Rogans? Go ahead and fall over dead, please. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we just did. So this is the next one. I can't remember what it showed us when we went in here. We'll look now. Drakes and Amuvors. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm not too scared. I don't feel like this is going to be a super dangerous one. He said taking some hefty damage on the old Aspinator. But not enough. We got it. We got it. It wasn't too bad. 60-10. This is quite a bit of progress, honestly. We already gone up 2 whole chapters. We started at 58, I believe. Asmos and Terras. We got a Horrify back here. That's nice. I'm worried about the crit marks. Because, yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Now, Horus we still carried the day and managed to sneak through. But, yeah, those crit marks, they don't play games because you can't cleanse them, right? And that's what makes Asmo a little bit scary is just the fact that he can boop, boop, bop, and it's just straight up over for you. Are there ways I could counter that? Yes. I could build a queen and just AoE crit damage reduce or crit reduce like right off rip. Probably be the easiest way to deal with it, honestly. And I'll need to build a queen eventually anyways. Because I gotta have somebody to go to E5 in Abyss anyhow. And then I need to make a Scarlet Queen also anyhow. So we got a Peninator. This could be fun. This could be fun. Let's see. 3 pennies, 3 Horuses. We horrified everybody. That's what I'm talking about. That is the kind of stuff a feller loves to see. Are we going to survive it, though? Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. That was an easy one. I mean, it's always easier when you horrify, like, everybody that you smack and Penny doesn't get to attack. That makes things significantly, you know, more friendly for you. That's nice. What do we got here? The Peninator's going down so far. All I'm seeing as of right now is not really a need for horrification. Wow, those guys kind of smack, dude. Machine Gun Cow plays no games. But we also don't play any games. We play less games. We do 1.5 billion damage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we get right in on it. Are you going to be ODO1 bros? Unimaxes? No, Berea and Elvia. Just kidding, it's just Bereas. Because the Elvias are dead. They didn't get an active skill for round 1. See how much damage this guy does when he pops it off, though. Not too much. I know Bereas can get pretty nasty because they drain your armor. So they can hit pretty hard. I think... Did I build one back in the day? I want to say I built an E5 Berea. Can't remember whatever became of that guy. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I would tell you, but I don't remember. And because I don't remember, I cannot tell you. What do we got here? Floras and Jaras? That is Flora, right? Yes. Flora does seem pretty interesting. And this is what kind of... Oh. Kind of interesting indeed. Also a little bit dead. But interesting, nonetheless. They do pretty good damage. If you could get a lot of copies of Flora, like, off rip, I feel like she would be such a good starter. Just to go ahead and build, like, Flora up to E5 instead of, like, Garuda, because you get tons of forest food anyway, and just use all that to just grind her up. That would be cool. I think she'd be fun. And this is one thing I was kind of saying, like, I don't know if I've told you guys this. I probably have, because I tend to ramble and rant and say a lot of the same things multiple times, because that's just the kind of person that I am. Eye contact. I think it'd be cool if they gave, like, all of the natural 5-star heroes Transcendence forms, you know? Because it feels bad that a lot of heroes just end up being, like, they're really cool, have great design, great utility, and then it's like, yeah, but they're not transcendent, so they're actually, you don't really ever invest in them for too long. And that, I don't know, that's a feels bad. I like when you can use everything. It may not be like optimal, but like you don't need to be like the new best thing to have a transcended flora. But there should be, right? There should be a transcended Dantalion. You know what I'm saying? There should be. Does he have to be the best hero in the game? Absolutely not. No. But should he be in the game? I think yes. I also think Void Imprints should be on all natural 5-star heroes, especially some of the older ones. And the reason I think the older ones need it more than anybody is because like they are so bad now because of the way like the skill damage creep has taken place. Like Sun Wukong does like 1600% of his attack is damage, followed by like 1000% of his attack is damage, followed by like you get what I'm saying? And then you have like Gurki who does like 200% of his attack is damage. And it's like, bro, listen. Listen, I know Gurki can be void imprinted, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, like, some of the old dudes like Dantalion, his skills are so bad. Even Sigmund with void imprints, like, they left their void imprints so weak that they're still just, like, their void imprinted form is weaker than a regular E5 of later down the line, which I get power creep, I understand. But it seems to me a little weird to have all these characters you've already built and they're in the game to be totally useless. Like, it's more fun when there's more diversity and you can just go around and build stuff and like, hey, I want to transcend my Sigmund. And then you can. You can transcend Sigmund. Now, is he going to be as good as the brand newest transcended hero? Maybe not. Is he still going to be cool as crap because he's Sigmund? Duh. And that's really why we play. We play for the coolness factor. At least that's why I play. I'm not here to build just the best stuff. People are like, he says building Aspen, who's probably like the best stuff. I like Aspen, okay? Get off me. I liked Aspen 5 years ago. That's why he's on the account, okay? That Horus and Aspen, they weren't a duo. There was nothing about those people being friends and being tenants. They were just two heroes that popped out around the same time. And I was like, hey, this guy looks cool. That guy looks cool. Bam, they also happen to be good. And they were, they're still cool and good. What do we got here, Vessas? I mean, I know Vessa can nuke, and 2 of them survived our initial onslaught. Dangerous. Maybe not as dangerous as I one time feared, especially when they are petrified. They don't really do any damage because they can't do damage, and then they're dead. So they do literally no damage. Dude, he is just absolutely rinsing these people. Aspen, I love me some Aspen, you know what I'm saying? He's just such a cool hero, and he's so functional. He just works. Let's see what we got going on. What are we in, chapter 60? What? Dang. Ada's. I don't like Ada because she targets my big bro, and I'm not healing. We just healed because Ignis died. That was, I'm going to go ahead and say it, that was pretty lucky. That was lucky timing that she happened to just kick the bucket when she did, because he had like 1 HP, and if Ada's mark had triggered on him, I think he would have just died there. But he got the heal first, and that's really what matters. At the end of the day, skill issue, right? That's what it is for the Ada team. We don't have that problem. Asmos and Aspens, this could get sketchy very quickly. See what I'm saying? Is it going to be enough? Oh my gosh, dude, I'm telling you right now, those crit marks are absolutely bonkers. Why can't I see the damage? I want to see what you guys did to me. I mean, I know what you did to me, but I want to see it act. Oh, here's the easy way to get rid of that. Just call me crazy. We can just do it like this. If she dies, don't care. Horus might die, but if their basic attack crits, it's just going to hit these guys and not the back line. And this should be an easy way to get around this. Still left 2 alive again. Again, I don't think we'll be in too big of an issue here. Yeah, I think we're probably going to be okay. We could die. We're fine. We're fine. It wasn't even close, really. If you think about it, that was one of the easier fights we've done. It wasn't too bad. 1.6 billion, I mean, you know, I'll take it. Our plan worked. But as you've noticed, our Horus is not doing much blocking at all. They have ramped up the precision on all these dudes to freakish levels. It makes me feel like I hope they don't continue this trend into the Void campaign, where enemies just have like stats they don't actually have, because it kind of makes building heroes that have like certain things that matter, like Horus, where block is like a big part of his kit. Horus has been largely useless in the campaign ever since we hit Apocalypse, because everything goes right through his block. Even with well over 100% block chance, he blocks like 1 out of 6 attacks on enemies that don't have native precision. So I don't really like that. I feel like that's kind of a bit cheesy, and it does limit your options on who you can build, because certain strategies, like with Horus, where you got to block 3 times to get damage back out of him, just doesn't work. Like, if he blocks 1 out of 6, he's not surviving 3 rounds most of the time to get those blocks off. I guess we can just leave it like this and see if we can watch people hit him again. Maybe he's going to get a chance to get hit. I don't know. No. I think they go after lowest HP enemies or something. Bonk. Bonk. Not a good one to test on, for sure. We're going to keep rolling. We're going to keep rolling, though. We'll see if we can find a regular wave that'll maybe hit him a little bit. Corpse Demon. Corpse Demon doesn't have precision. We didn't kill anybody, by the way. You see this? See how there's 0 blocks taking place on a Corpse Demon who has 0 precision, I think, built into 100%. The guy doesn't have no block. No block. Just absolutely none blocks. 0 block. Do you get what I'm saying? You smell what I'm stepping in? Like, there's no reason that he should be doing, like, 0 damage to enemies that he should be blocking 100% of the time, right? This guy, let's take a look at these stats. Now look at that. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? There's no precision in his kit at all. Look at that. A big old 0. A big old egg. Egg. And yet, he's whopping through 120+% block on this guy right here. Where are you at? Where's your stats? Let's look on your statisticals. 123% block. I could put 140% block on with a block artifact, but every time I did it, it didn't make a difference. It was like, okay, he still doesn't block. So I don't know why they decided to give everybody in the campaign 200 billion% precision. I wonder how Eloise works in the campaign. Is Horus just bugged? Because I feel like there's no way, if you have an Eloise with like 150 block chance and she's blocking 0% of the time, like, isn't she just gonna suck balls because she's doing like none damage? I don't know. And I feel like that's a little bit cheesy. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the Void campaign doesn't follow that trend and just kind of take a dump on your stats. Like, essentially a block hero is worthless. You might as well just build someone that can nuke like Aspen that doesn't need to block or anything special. He just needs to hit people. Floras be doing some work, though. Floras be doing lots of work. Lucky, of course, Ignis dying, saving the day yet again. Dude just does nothing. He's doing less damage than my 9-star Ignis, which is sad because he's V4. He's just, I guess, there to be somewhat of a tanker, and that's all he does. He healed 1.9 billion health. Well done. Well done, Aspen. Good job. But yeah, little peeved that they've done Horus dirty like that. Now, does he still work in other game modes like the Tower? Yes. The Aspen Dungeon? Yes. Seal Land? Yes. I don't know why they just decided in this one area of the game to negate your stats. It feels cheap and it feels wrong. Just gonna say it. You can have them have good stats, but they shouldn't be ignoring your stats. And then, like, there's like, it'd be different if there was like even like something like a little heads up button up here, like, hey, enemies in this game mode have X amount of precision or something. Like, okay, at least you're aware of it. But if you built your entire time around, like, say, a Horus, and you're like, I'm going to take Horus to the end game, and you're running into the Void campaign, or the regular campaign, like Apocalypse, and you find out that your Horus literally can't do anything, and that's what you invested everything in, I would feel horrible for you. That would suck. Because you're like, wow, I'm just stuck. Because my hero with 100+% block ain't blocking. Is this a very long rant? Yes. Yes, it is. But now you know the way I feel. My feelings are out there for you. I think we just smoked 3 King Bartons in a single blow, which feels nice, because they're a little bit annoying. I'm about to sneeze, but I'm holding it in. Mind over matter. I don't need to sneeze. I'll sneeze later egregiously. Wow, somebody smoked on you. Who hit you so hard? Oh, it's Tix's. It was Tix's. It wasn't Horus's. It wasn't King Barton's. It was these bros. They all did the exact same amount of damage, and that was all from being dead. Maybe do they target the highest attack enemy with their little death passive? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why Aspen's taking the damage. I thought it was all enemies. I don't know. Listen. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know things that I don't, because I don't. We only got 2 out, but I don't know. Is Cthulhu scary? Maybe a little bit. He just did a lot of damage to us, but I think we're still gonna be okay here, because we're absolutely fine. Dude, I'm telling you right now, that Lingering Melody of the Universe, what a W choice, okay? It's just been doing work. Smoking on people, dropping just nasty damage off rip. It's a win. That is an absolute win for us. Okay, this one could be tough. We've got 3 pennies that didn't die, which is never good. We still have 2 pennies alive. Everyone is gonna die. We made it. Ada back here just like, what's going on? Everybody's dying. You did your job. You did your job. You survived till the end. Well did, Ada. But it is getting a little bit closer. We've had a couple of losses here and there. Certain waves give us more trouble than others, and there's ways I feel around that. Inosuke and Gru, we actually killed nobody on round 1. That's interesting. Usually that's not the way things go. Does he have a target preference, Inosuke? No, it looks like randoms. That's fine. One Inosuke down. Once one Inosuke goes down, once the other ones go down, like, Gru's not going to kill us. There's no way even possible that Gru could kill us. And I think we're fine here, because we're going to do some dookie. We left an Inosuke up. Listen, all you had to do was kill that guy. He's dead. Okay. Easy wave. Not too bad. Took a little bit of time, but it wasn't hard. It wasn't a hard wave. Boop. Terra's and Amen Ramen's. We only got 1 Amen Ramen left. If we can kill her before she becomes a problem, wow. Might be too late for that. We healed everybody. That's never a great thing. Ignis dying at the absolute peak perfection time. That went well. That went well. She's kicking the bucket right when I need her to. You know, she's just like, it's my time. And then we win. I appreciate you. I appreciate you helping the team out there, you know? She's good when she's alive, she's good when she's dead, she's just good all around. Kind of like Cruz, but better. Oh, we got Mims. Mimshell. What a dangerous wave. What just happened to us? Why can't I see what happened to us? I need to see it. I need it. I need to see this. We also didn't kill any Mims again. We're stunned. Who stunned us? Oh, the Michelles. The Michelles. Oh, Michelle. Here's the thing. I think we dropped some dudes here that aren't doing nothing. Think this is the plan. I think we roll it like this. Killed all 3 Michelles, and those Mims. Oh, those Mims. We need the Mims to die first, really. I don't think it's gonna happen. All that damage ticking in at once. Mim. And here's the fun thing. Here's a fun fact about Mim. He has 10,000% precision. It just goes right through block. So Horus is going to be useless to counter Mim here, which is not cool. Ideally, in an ideal world, we bring her in. Honestly, you're not probably going to do anything for us anyway. For being real with it. For being real honest. I need to kill these Mims. They're just staying a hair above that 40% life threshold. They hit frontline enemies? I guess they do. Well, I did not know that. I need you to kill the Mims. I need the Mims. Oh, he blocked! Did you see that? It's a miracle. This is maybe, no, this is not winnable. This could be winnable. There's a winning chance here. Somewhere in these bushes, there is no winning chance here because we're not gonna heal. You know, if we got that heal that we were supposed to get, we might be okay. The fact that we don't get the heal we're supposed to get because they died really just kind of irksome. I'll be honest with you, that irks me. It irks me greatly. I feel like you do nothing. Honestly, I feel like you do nothing. I think it's just you and me, Ignis. Just me and you. You and me and me and you. I really wish that we could kill a Mihm in one shot. If we could get these Mims in the back line down, I don't think this wave is that dangerous. The downside is we killed one Mihm. That's an upside. I need you to kill Ignis. Where's our crowd control immunity? Aren't we supposed to be crowd control immune when Ignis dies? Is it because we were stunned before she died? There goes our energy. That's a real bummerino. And then we're going to die because of all the Mihm damage. Are we ever going to move? No, we're just going to sit there and eat that. What do I have on? Is it mark removal? It's probably mark removal I have on him right now. Let's just check. It is. Let's boop that over to making sure bro doesn't get controlled. We could go resilience. I don't think that's necessarily going to make too big of a difference. But yeah, we can't bring a lot of dudes here because if our teammates die, which they do, it actually just ends up hurting us because we take a bunch more Mihm damage for no reason. Yeah, you're killing all the wrong dudes, bud. You literally hit nothing but the Michelles. Okay, we can do this all day. Eventually, we're going to actually hit the right people. There was a 3 Mihm smack. That's what I'm talking about. Now, do you go after all these guys? No, she still goes before. Well, that's not good. We got petrified and stunned. We got rid of the petrification. That's nice. Still stunned, though. You can wake up any minute. Oh, we got a heal. We actually got a bit of a heal. Is it going to be enough? We've killed the Mims. I think we're in the business. I think the business is something we're a part of now. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. You only need 2 heroes. And this, in my mind, is solidifying even more that what we need, 3.6 billion damage, BT dubs. What we need in our team isn't necessarily more E5 heroes that are built up. What we need is a 10-star Ignis. A 10-star Ignis with an energy artifact, I think we do not struggle with that wave even half as hard as we just did. Because getting him double casts, like in a couple of hits, we're going to make sure we get rid of the Mims. And that's the hardest part of that wave. Because the Michelles keep resurrecting and reprocking Mim's death bonus. Honestly, if anything, today has shown me, 1, we're not hard stuck in the campaign. We went from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. This is the next one. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 left to do. We're already like 40 minutes deep though in campaign. We'll give this one the honorary jump in and smack. We'll just do it with a 2-man and see what happens. Not sure who we're fighting. Probably not a good one to do a 2-man run on because we got the old Barton, and I don't really like fighting you. Actually, it might not be too bad of a deal. It could be a bad deal. It might not be that bad of a deal. I think we're going to be okay here. I think we're going to survive this. We're going to survive this. That was way too easy. All we need is Ignis and Aspen. We don't need a team. We need 2 heroes. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of hero you want to build right there. The hero that does like, you know what? I need 1 good friend. 1 trusted buddy. And we're going places. And we are. We're going places. We're at 63 something. We've got 60 map. 64, 5, and 6. And then it's on to the Void campaign, which I think you have to do with Transcendence heroes. So once we beat the campaign, I just splooshed water. At that point, we will start eyeballing more of a Transcendence route. For now, we haven't been too preoccupied with what we're transcending and when. So what I would say today I've learned in the campaign is that, sure, I could swap Ada to a Sun Wukong, and that might not be a bad idea, but of course, even a Sun Wukong I don't think would be putting out super amazing damage until we Void Imprinted him, although if you look at him, like, bro's a freak. Look at this. This is just regular 10-star Monkey King, right? Old Monkey King. 1,600% attack is damage, with an extra 1,450% damage with a guaranteed crit to frontline enemies. So there are 2 enemies who are getting absolutely smoked. Just like that. And it gives them the all damage reduction minus 8%. Sure, that's great, but that is a freakish amount of damage. Not to mention, anytime an ally does an active skill or basic attack, he attacks 2 random enemies, prioritizing the enemies that he hits for 600% attack is damage. That's crazy. He might actually be good pre-Void Imprint. He might just be straight up a good addition to the team. So we may end up swapping over to the bro. Of course, once you get the Void Imprint to 4, the 3,750% of his attack is damage is just bonkers. A guaranteed crit, bonkers. Ridiculous. If there's no frontline enemies, an extra 1,000% attack is damage. Just drop that on him like a big old turd. Not cool. Also, when he has an active skill ready, look at that. He gets a straight up 50% bonus to his all damage dealt. What? I mean, what? That's disgusting. A 2 random attacks for 700% anytime someone on your team attacks? Bro seems crazy. Bro seems insane. Bro seems maybe a little too strong to be a regular hero. That's like a Transcendence hero's level of stats and damage just on a regular bro. So maybe Ada just gets eat and he goes whoop and we're good there. But for Orbages, because that's where we're kind of sitting, right? Is what we want to use orbs on and kind of do our event with. I think I want to go Abyss. Just to try to get Ignis copies. And if we don't get an Ignis, it's not that big of a deal. I can use some Twiggles to replace for an Ignis. If I don't get her there, I do have 140 Cores of Transcendence, right? Most likely, that'll get us an Ignis. If it doesn't, that's just bad luck. But yeah, I could farm an Ignis out of that for sure. Go ahead and grab one there. I do have a couple of, I think, imminent chests. If I really felt like I needed to, I could grab an Ignis out of one of these. It goes all the way to Norton Hague. Would that be a bad idea? I don't know. This only goes to Arania, so I'd probably grab like an Ignis here, maybe even an Ignis out of here, because I still have these as well I haven't used that have light and dark heroes in them. I can grab Wukong out of that. I can also grab a Wukong. I can grab 12 Wukongs out of that sucker. I'm a hoarder. I can't help it. I'm just stashing all this stuff back for a rainy day when I'm like, what do I want to do? I'll have options. But yeah, I feel like 10-star Ignis is just calling my name is like a guaranteed duh choice. It just feels at this point that she's so good for boosting Aspen's damage that nothing else I could build right now would come close to the benefit I would get from just a 10-star Ignis. And that's pretty high praise. If you can just be a regular 10-star hero and you are that invaluable to my team, then I'm like, listen, I would trade my E5 Ada for a 10-star Ignis in most fights. She doesn't really do that much usually. She came in clutch like one time today where she didn't die and everybody else did, and that was it. That was pretty much it. Horus is horrible for the campaign. I'll be straight with you. Horus sucks in the regular campaign. Is he good up until Apocalypse? Awesome, amazing. But you don't need him to be good up until then because the campaign's easy up until then. Tower of Oblivion, amazing. Love me a Horus in the Tower of Oblivion. It just really sucks one. Now hold up. Is there a list by chance of potential roles that you can get on a hero? You can get block on D to C+. You can get block percent. Can we just take a gander over here and look at the hero listings, look at the auction market, and look at can you filter them by what they've got skill-wise? No? No, you can't. Well, that's a nugget. Well, I want to see, you know what? Let's just look for Horuses. If someone's selling a Horus, what are the odds it's got good block? Heal effect. Okay, let's filter them down to like, let's go with A's. Let's go with A's and B's. Just get rid of the C's. See what we got here. Armor, 35%. Holy damage. Dot. I want to see some block. 100% skill damage. I want to see some block. How much block can a feller get? Is he back 20% more block? Is that really? Really? They just don't have it. Is block not? Is that all the Horuses on list? That's it? There's no A- Horuses? Potentially, okay. Nope. Eloise. There's got to be some nerd out there sell 25% block. There you go. On a B, 25%. Does B- have a lower level of block? Can we see 23? Interesting. Rice. Top down. Yeah, there we go. We got block. Nope, I don't want it. I don't want it. 32% block for a double S. We're not getting that anytime soon, ever. Not even close. Good God, man. Somebody's got dollars. It ain't me. But yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure how you're supposed to overcome the precision in the campaign. The only other thing I can think is, like, you invest balls deep into, like, an Augustus Magic Ball. I'm going all the way with it. What's the deified one? The Augustus Grown? 75% block? Maybe that's just what you have to do. You just have to have, like, 290% block or something. And then you're good. I don't like how they did that. It bothers me on a cellular level. You can't tell. It bugs me. It irks me. It bothers me. They shouldn't do that. They shouldn't make certain stats completely irrelevant. I don't like it. No me gusta. Me gusta zero. Zero gustas. You know what I'm saying? Actually, there is a gusta. And we don't have one, I don't think. We don't. We also have zero gustas. Gusta. Alright, whatever. You get what I'm saying. So, for campaign, this kind of enlightens me a little bit, because I was thinking about maybe going pretty hard in on Sylvie for the free-to-play account. I'm like, hey, if I build me up a Sylvie, she could be a pretty solid starter hero for the campaign. But what I'm learning from Horus is that, especially with her having a lower block chance, Horus has, I think, a default when he's Void Imprinted, it's like 70% block from the Void Imprints. Yeah. So yeah, he's got a block stone on right now. I could give him a block artifact. He's got gear that gives him 10% more block. He's got block artifact or guild tech. He's 123% with all that extra block. Sylvie does not get that much. Even when she's Void Imprinted, her block's only 45%. So 45% with a block stone, around about 30. Call it 75% with your guild tech of 20. 95% block. An artifact, you can get her maybe a little over 100% block. I feel like you're gonna have the exact same issue that Horus has, where she just never blocks, so she never gets any of this momentum accumulation built up in the campaign, and because of that, she won't do essentially any of this great stuff she's supposed to do. And that's gonna make her absolute dog water. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think she's gonna be good. I think she's gonna suck for the campaign. Now, outside of the campaign, do I think she'll be good in, like, the tower? Yeah. Do I think she'll be good in the Aspen Dungeon? Yeah, I think she'll be great there. I just feel like to try and get to Void campaign, she's not going to be a good build. I think you're better off with anyone who can nuke. I feel like, honestly, at this point, from what I'm seeing, I think Garuda is a better campaign hero to get you through the Void campaign than Sylvie's going to be. Because she can nuke. Okay, if you say what you want about Garuda, she's got some serious nuke ability. I never Void Imprinted one, but I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think she gets extra feathers, doesn't she? Whenever allies perform attacks and whatnot. Gains 3 layers whenever someone dies. So even if your whole team dies off and it's just Garuda, she can drop an absolute freaking nuke blast. The only downside to Garuda is her round 1 nuke ability is not good. And that's probably going to be her biggest weakness. But yeah, I still feel like she's probably going to be better than Sylvie for the campaign. Could I be wrong? Maybe. But the way they've done block dirty in the Apocalypse campaign mode, I feel like most heroes that rely on that as their sole purpose of damage are going to struggle a lot. especially through Apocalypse. That's why maybe you end up building like a high level Ticks when you build Eloise, because Eloise probably doesn't do a whole lot in the actual Apocalypse campaign because she never blocks. Whereas Ticks, he's still going to do pretty nasty AoE damage, which is great. Stealing attack, also pretty nice. Silencing, horrifying. He's got crowd control. When he dies, he also... oh, the enemy who kills him. That's why Aspen was getting rinsed by these guys. But yeah, so I feel like, personally, Ticks is probably a better campaign hero than Eloise is. It's just calling me crazy. But yeah, I mean, unless you can get Eloise to like 5,000% block, I don't know. It seems weird that that's like the one stat in the game that you take it into the campaign and they've made it dog. It's just not good at all. Whereas everything else still kind of works, right? My Horrify on my Aspen, I can still horrify people. They're not like immune to crowd control or anything. They don't have insane damage reduction. I can still blast them down. All they have is like infinite precision. I'm not sure why that was the choice the devs went with. There was many other options. There was way more options than just no one will ever block again. Maybe block was a big problem back in the day, and they were like, listen, we've got to do something about block because it's too strong. And if that's the case, okay, understandable. But yeah, it makes me kind of lean even more for the mini account as like my DPS being like maybe a penny, because she nukes. She absolutely nukes, and she doesn't need wind up for her nuke to be good. She just drops big damage, and then if she crits, which hopefully you'll have her built to crit, she does it all again, which is great. Then she gets mark offset to take less damage, essentially. No crowd control on her. You get an Ignis feeding a penny. I think you could go absolutely ham in the campaign. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. So I don't know. I feel like that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. I know we've gone off on a little bit of a tangent and a side note, but that's just, I'm just thinking out loud, trying to plan out my future, because like I said, a lot of this content's very new to me. I haven't done campaign Apocalypse until now. This is the first time I've been stomping my way through it, so I'm learning. And as I'm learning, it's helping me formulate plans for not just this account, but the other accounts as well, because we're going to come up to the same problems eventually on them too. So even if I did go meta and build my Eloise team, I'm still going to run into issues with block just not being effective in the campaign. So I don't know. Plans within plans. Today we made it through 4 chapters, I believe. 58 to 60. That's 5 chapters, I think. Yeah, we've got 4 left to do, including this one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we got 4 chapters left. We can probably do those later this week if we don't get stuck, you know, saying we don't. We can have the campaign cleared, and of course we do want to jump back over, clear the Tower of Oblivion, make sure that's done, and then it's going to be pretty much on to, I guess, working toward Transcendence. We've got 2 million of these. I haven't been grabbing these out, like when I can. I've been mostly going towards Stellar. I think right now, total on the account, I'm sitting around about 13 million Stellar, because I have the 2 V4s, and then I've got 3.2 million left here. I do, of course, have a lot of these I can open and get more. I can get more, you know, crystals as well. Not sure how I want to go about that quite yet. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but we're getting close. We're getting close to that being the next leap, I guess, for the account. But I'm not sure when I want to do it, because I still want to do, like, the tree. So get to Void campaign being unlocked. Maybe not transcend right away. Start, you know, getting through some of these glory challenges, because I need to take a dark hero up to tree 3 to get some more of this spiritual essence, to get a little bit more stellar, of course, as well. And then maybe, I don't know if you're supposed to wait to do 3 and 5 at the same time. I feel like that takes a lot. I want to say it's like 1.2 million spiritual essence to get all the way up to tree 5. But with 60 soul symbols, I could regress like everybody, kind of rebuild them all to 3, get some more of this, and then maybe rebuild them back to 5 and go another round of regressions to get all of this loot. I don't know. I'm not sure the 100% plan that I'm going for there. It's a rough outline. A very rough outline. Because right now I still have a 10-star Shadow built, even though I have an E5 Horus. Because this stuff came after my Horus was E5. Same with Light Heroes. I would have all of this extra stuff hanging out if I'd already done that. And then, of course, that's all I've got. Shadow, Light, Dark. whatever. And we can build these later down the line to go in the Abyss route. So I'm going to do that for Seal Land as well. I want to get all my Seal Lands to 20. I feel like that's a good place to be, because that's going to give you the extra bonus damage in the Void area. We've got this to 20, we've got this to 20. All these are relatively low, but I haven't really been messing with them much. Cross that bridge when we get there kind of thing. Maybe I'll build a Sylvie just for the Seal Land. Honestly, it's probably one of my better prospects. You could maybe do an Oberon or something. I don't think Heart Watcher is going to be the idea there. I think we could probably do an E5 Sylvie and build her strictly for Seal Land. Could be a thing. We'll see. Either way, that's pretty much what I wanted to get done today. I wanted to get through all the campaign. Didn't realize how long it was going to take. And then, of course, you have me rambling as well. And I can't help that. I'm just a rambler. I do it. I talk. I speak. Words come out. And they don't stop. They don't stop coming out. But tomorrow, probably Orbs, Heroic Miracle, knock out a bunch of that, try to build my Ignis to 10 star, and then eventually later down the week, go ahead and finish the campaign out, get that done, finish Tower of Oblivion out, get that done, and then we still got some stuff to do on the free-to-play account as well. We've got things happening is what I'm trying to say, but it's probably going to be it for today here. Before we go, of course, gotta thank all the members on the channel, because you guys make all this possible. We would not be in the position that we are right now without the channel members helping support my financially, I guess you'd say, dubious decisions. That's a good word. It's a good word, dubious. I like that. Okay, so let's thank our members. Starting from the tippy top, we've got Shaheen, Trippy, and we got an upgrade. Oh crap! Already forgot it. White Crow. How could I forget that? My brain is not good with changing orders of things, right? I've been reading White Crow last, and now I'm reading White Crow first. Well, third, I guess, but you get what I'm saying. So let's start back from the top. Shaheen, Trippy, and White Crow. Then we've got our great Rathkins, Lotto Delidzi. We've got Bell and Dane and FMK What. Then we've got our Rathican tier. We have JMV, Zanelli. I gotta count these on my fingers or I'll forget. JMV, Zanelli, Electric Leaf, Lost Emotions, Kai, Churg, Cosmic, and Flo. I think I got it. I messed it up a little bit, but that's just old man brain kicking in. I've got one of those. Thank you guys so much for helping support the channel. It does mean a lot to me. It allows me to make some serious progress. We should be going Transcendence relatively soon. Gonna be nuts. But that is gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button to show your support, and I will see you guys in the next one.